Good afternoon and welcome to the planning briefing for Thursday, March 3rd from Missoula, Montana. Looking at those key points, there's a cold front that's moving through the northwest of the United States currently, and it'll get through our area by tomorrow afternoon. It's going to lower those snow levels back to the valley. It could potentially bring a quick burst of snow with it. So looking at the satellite, you can see the remnants of the subtropical moisture still streaming over us. We've been cut off from the subtropical source, so it's mainly light in nature and pretty much restricted to higher elevations. Although we still do have some low clouds, fog, and a little bit of drizzle down in the valleys. Back in here, you can see this is the cold front. It's starting to move through western Washington and western Oregon right now, and now continue to progress eastward. So looking at what's going on right now, this is about the time frame right now, and you can see here's that moisture right there. Looks a little bit more widespread than it currently is, and the models aren't always perfect. But as we progress forward, you can see this moisture will start to shift to the southeast. It's going to stay mainly focused over north central Idaho and in the mountains. Continues, it'll come through west central Montana, mainly Missoula Valley, around 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, and it's going to continue to progress to the southeast. And then the interesting thing, by tomorrow afternoon, you're going to see this mid-level low spin up right here over central Idaho, and that's mainly going to affect Lemhi County in Idaho and southwest Montana. So you see that a little bit of light snow with that, and then it scoots off to the east, mainly affecting Wyoming. So, how much snow are we looking at? The likely amount, you look, once again, the higher terrain is going to have a little bit more snow, but down in the valleys, a trace, maybe up to a half an inch. What could you get? This is going to be the maximum. Like I said, trace up to a half an inch. But then down here where that mid-level low spins up tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at 1 to 2 inches of snow. Okay, so this potential for an Arctic next week, the models are split. About 45% of the models are showing a colder solution, while 55% of the models are showing a warmer solution. You have these two solutions here on the left-hand side. You can see those deep blues, and you can see it's progressed further to the west. This is the one where we think that the Arctic air is pulled into western Montana. There is the potential for some moisture and northwest flow to interact with that Arctic boundary, but if you see these two solutions over here, this is about 55% of the model solutions. You see a lot more red, and that's because the ridge is transitioning further to the west coast, and I think it's going to be more of a progressive flow, northwest flow, and less likely for the really cold Arctic air to make major headways in the western Montana. Along the divide, certainly going to happen, quite possibly into the Flathead, down as far as Kalispell. But I think for the most of us, it'll be a progressive flow, and that's where we may see the higher snow totals, is that northwest flow. This little box right here, this is the mean, that's the average. So it's a pretty good chance that the cold air gets into western Montana. It'll just be a cooler than normal for north central Idaho, but you can see that northwest flow. So the average is saying that there's a potential for some snow about midweek next week. Now we're going to take a little bit closer look at what the temperature possibilities are. This is the probability for minimum temperatures below zero. Mainly it's western Montana. You can see anywhere from 20 to 60% probability of being below zero, except up here in the Libby and Troy area where it's around 10 to 20%. The likely forecast, though, is going to be that middle ground. Temperatures will run about 10 degrees below normal, and then of course there's always the chance, a 20% probability of temperatures being normal or above normal. Alright, so let's look at that matrix. Moderate in north central Idaho for snow, and in northwest Montana for snow and wind. and then low for west central Montana, southwest, and Lemhi County. All of those for snow, but there'll be some wind in west central Montana. And then low again on Saturday. A little bit leftover snow for north central Idaho, west central Montana, southwest Montana, and Lemhi County. And then wind for all of western Montana. The ridge, a transient ridge, builds in. So minimal weather impacts on Sunday. And then Monday, Monday we're going to have minimal impacts again as we're in between systems. And then the next system, northwest flow, begins late Tuesday. We have moderate for north central Idaho, northwest Montana for snow at all elevations. And then I put in snow at pass level. It'll be cold enough to snow everywhere in west central Montana, but I think it's only going to make it as far as Lookout Pass. It'll be more of a timing into Wednesday if this Arctic intrusion interacts with moisture. And then we have low for southwest Montana and Lemhi County for snow. Once again, I don't think the progression of moisture is going to make it that far on Tuesday. It's more likely on Wednesday. So the 6 to 10 day outlook for precipitation, you can see we are looking at the probability of above normal precipitation for this time of year. And this is the more important graphic. We are looking at a very high probability for below normal temperatures. Now you can see here's the divide right here. Okay, so the highest confidence is going to be east of the divide. And like I said, it's going to be a quick hitter, so it could be gone by next weekend. But there is the probability of it getting into western Montana and potentially into north central Idaho more as colder than normal temperatures as opposed to an Arctic outbreak. Well, thank you for coming to the briefing. Our next briefing will be Sunday, the 7th of March. I hope you have a great day.